myself have not really overly looked too much at all these, you know, these talks they have every day where they're telling us all this crap. But I looked at the footage and I'm sorry, he's just another computer program. He's just another one. His face doesn't look right, does it? And what it is that piece of wood, which is coming down here, you can start to see it through his head. It goes through his eyes, it goes through his face. He has problems. He merges. Look at that. What is that? He's merging with... Look at this. Look at that. You can see it through his head. He is in front of the wood, so only he should be there. You shouldn't see any of the behind in his head at all. But you do. I mean, I don't know what sex that person is, but look, there you go, it goes right through his head. You can see that, right through his eye. So he's not real, and he's standing there saying very, very important things. Look at that. Look at that. All I did was slow the footage down. That's all you've got to do. I'm not doing anything super duper, just slowing the footage down when I think things don't look right. And I got sent this. The shadow with him doesn't look right, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Anyway, I'm just uploading something, but I'm recording this bit to show that his head is not right. Look at that. Do you see it? This is what's controlling us. A bunch of computer programs. A bunch of computer programs are running us. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. Can you see it? Look at that. Look at this up here. Look at this going on here. Look. All this shadowing going on here that's moving with him. It shouldn't be moving with him because he's in front of it. But behind is moving with him. Do you see it? Hopefully you do. The awake people do see what I see. And once you see it, you can't take it back and pretend it doesn't exist, that you're not seeing it. Just a bunch of lies. Look at it. These people have no souls. None of them. Whoever's doing all this has no souls whatsoever. This is his hands, right? We're supposed to be digital, but every time he moves his hands, they go all blurry. I don't understand that, but that's one thing I noticed with all this footage, is that's what happens. But yeah, his hand here, look, now the red bit is over here on his finger. It's not much, but it doesn't matter, it's a little bit. And that red has transported onto his finger and suit. So it's not real. It's just more evidence that it's not real. Look at that. His hands are behind that screen thing. He doesn't put his hands on it. So I find that his whole hand thing is just a bit weird to me. Anyway, we're watching it. That stupid sign. What are we, road workmen? Are they road workmen? Yeah, trying to make us look like it's also important because it's got red and yellow tape on it, so it's like warning. They really know how to psychologically do things for people. Look at that, look at his finger. His finger's morphed into the yellow thing. It's because it's not real. It's all manipulation. I don't know what that is. Anyway. Yeah, there's his hands not working right. Look at that. Say these people have no souls that do this. Anyway, I'm calling this video out as a make-up to break up, because that's what they're talking about. Yeah, they're talking about changing everything, so they're going to change everything through this virus. That's what's happening. Anyway, I'm saying that those hands don't look right. We're digital. It should be pictures I'm looking at. It should be perfect. We're looking at this piece of footage here, but I just don't think that that shadow on the right fits him. I'm sorry. The shadow on the right is facing this way. It's facing over this way, but he's facing that way and the shadow is facing this way, which is impossible. So we're just going to play a little bit of this. It zooms out and comes back in, so it's the best way to show you what's going on. It's going to happen any moment. Well, it might have already happened, but anyway, just look at the shadow on the wall. The shadow on the wall is facing this way. The shadow, here it comes. So here we go. It's going to whiz through it in a second. It's all the things that you wouldn't have seen. There you go. Now look at the shadow of that person. You can see the shadow is facing over here, which is impossible. His shadow should be directly behind him. The shadow's facing this way. Look. It's more turned this way than he is. So it can't be right. I wasn't sure whether the shadow was completely in sync either. And also, people might not be aware, but there's another shadow of him moving over here. See, here's the other one. It's got two of them. Look, he's not turned round like that shadow. That shadow turned round a lot more. Look at the shadow. Just more things that don't look right to me.
At the bottom end of in a sense, the other end of the bracket of what's possible is this disease is not going to be eradicated. It is not going to disappear.
Stores must close unless, of course, they need to stay open. This virus is deadly, but don't be afraid of it. It can only kill people who are vulnerable and also those who are not vulnerable. We should stay locked down until the virus stops infecting people. And it will only stop infecting people if enough of us get infected that we build immunity. So it is very important that we get infected and also do not get infected.
So we have to accept that we are working with a disease that we are going to be with globally. This is a global problem for the foreseeable future. And what we're trying to work out is what are the things which actually add up to an R of less than 1.
Or 6 hours, but in most cases it's days and not hours, and it needs a damp environment. Or a cold environment that is warm and dry in the air, unless the air is plastic.
And there are lots of different options which ministers will then have to consider. But that narrows our options quite significantly if you're having to keep the R below 1. And I think we have to be very realistic that if people are hoping that it's suddenly going to move from where we are now in lockdown suddenly into everything is gone, that is a wholly unrealistic expectation. We're going to have to do a lot of things for really quite a long period of time. The question is, what is the best package? And this is what we're trying to work out.